Hello, welcome to my channel. We're just going to get another general message from Spirit and see what comes out today. Thank you everyone who subscribed to my channel, liked and commented on the videos. I appreciate you guys so much. Welcome to everybody who is new. If the video resonates with you, I would love if you would subscribe as well. Please remember these are collective readings and not everything will resonate with you necessarily, but that's okay. Just take what does and leave the rest behind. Also, there is no gender, so you can change your roles as you need to. I just read what's on the card so it doesn't get confusing. Ten of Pentacles. I'm seeing like a couple in a room full of people being introduced to each other. So this energy of like the family and friends, I'm seeing it's like, you know, you bring your partner home for the first time and you're meeting their family, you're meeting their friends, and you're kind of like getting to know each other. That's the energy that I'm getting from this card. Justice. I heard set the date. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. I heard long time coming. Seven of Cups, Five of Cups. Ten of Cups, 10-10. King of Pentacles, Judgment, the Sun. I feel like the Sun is your energy. See how like strong and proud and radiant and like glorious she looks? I feel like that's your energy. I feel like that's the energy that you maintain. Like no matter what's happening, I feel like if you are going through something difficult, you internalize that. You go inward, you do the healing by yourself, you turn to Spirit if you can't focus, or not focus, but if you can't process it alone, you know what I mean? You pray, you meditate, you bring it into you and you bring it to Spirit, right? You don't go outward for advice because it's about you and your healing, right? I feel like that's the energy that you maintain, like no matter what's going on. So in this energy here with the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups, and Five of Cups, I feel like that's the energy that you are kind of processing out. Like with the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, I feel like that's, excuse me, I feel like that's the energy of you kind of like wanting to connect with your counterpart, knowing that it's like your destiny, right? Like knowing that you're on path, knowing that this is something that you deserve to have in your life, right? Holding that space for that to come in. But this energy here kind of is giving me like, you know, it's hard. It takes the time that it takes. And, you know, no matter how much we want it and when we want it, it's not on our time. It's on Spirit's time, right? Here with Judgment, it's on Spirit's time, and that can be extremely difficult, and it can be very heartbreaking. It can be very like discouraging when, you know, because there's a lot of times where it's back and forth, right? You feel like you got some forward movement and then nothing happens, so it's like, you know, you get in your head, is this even worth it? Why am I even doing this? Is this even real? You know, so there's a lot of times where you can get really down on the journey. You can get really down on wanting to care anymore, right? You know, and there's times that we release it and we give into that release, right? We wholeheartedly let go and we're brought back to it because Spirit is orchestrating this, right? So no matter if we release it or not, we have a tie to our counterpart, and if it's meant to be, then Spirit's going to bring it back around, right? Like I said, it's in Spirit's time, it's in Spirit's control, and I feel like that's what's happening here, is that you I feel like you had gotten really tired with the journey, or really like disheartened by the journey. You know, it's hard to hold space for something that you don't know for sure when it's coming or if it's coming in this lifetime. You know, not everybody is on the same path, right? But our faith determines what we bring into our path, right? So I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like you were holding space for your counterpart to come in. It got really disheartening. You released this fully, but with Spirit, Judgment here, can you see the like smirk on her face? That's kind of the energy of it, right? It's like, because Spirit's has the grand design, right? Spirit knows the plan. Spirit knows the steps. Spirit knows that you're going to have these emotional roller coaster moments, right? But they also, it's at the end of the day, you know, it's every step of the path is for your highest good, right? Whether it be a lesson, whether it be a blessing, all of it is for your highest good, right? And Spirit knows this, obviously. So there's just this energy of holding space that I'm getting the most, where you're holding space, whether you have let go of this or not, you're still in the back of your mind holding space for this counterpart energy to come in, right? And Spirit is holding space because they know no matter, or yeah, whatever comes onto your path is going to be for your highest good. And also Spirit knows that you're going to maintain this beautiful high vibrational energy, which is what you're supposed to do, right? No matter what's happening, you stay high vibrational and you move forward on your path so that all these beautiful blessings can be brought in through the law of attraction, right? So aside from that, right, I feel like that was the energy leading up to this moment right now, where you kind of like, I don't want to say gave up, but it's like an energy of release, right? Like full surrender, release, all of that. No expectation, right? Not expecting anything, just being in flow, trusting Spirit's timing, that kind of energy. Excuse me. But I feel like now that you have gone through all of these like ups and downs, I feel like there's an energy of completion coming in, especially with both these tens being here. I feel like this energy here is your divine counterpart, having done their part, right? You having done your part and them having done their part, and Spirit kind of just like watching, looking on, being like, okay, we're getting so close. It's almost time, right? I feel like there's just this energy of like anticipation all around, like from Spirit and from like you and your counterpart. There's just this really heavy anticipation energy that I'm getting. The Magician. Yeah, see? It's like you and the Wheel of Fortune. I heard this is your time. So this is the energy that I think that, okay, so this is like the current energy, right? This is the energy of like the journey. You're going to go through a lot. You're going to be tested. You're going to be, kind of like brought to your lowest for Spirit to bring you back up to your highest, right? Lots of things are going to be extremely difficult. There's going to be a lot of beautiful moments as well. I feel like that is the energy of the past. And this is the energy of now, where, you have, I heard pass with flying colors. You have been tested. You have been steadfast. You have been faithful. You have been trusting. And I feel like, that high vibration has been maintained for so long, and you've done so much healing, and your counterpart has done so much healing, that I heard now is the time for union. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician, like he's literally waiting at the altar for his partner, you know what I mean? This is the next timeline. This is the next step in your timeline. The start of a new cycle, being together with your counterpart, moving forward in peace and harmony, and love. Can I get some more? Opportunity, the Hangman, Ten of Swords, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is what I was saying. So, there's plenty of times where, you're going to be like, I am so done. I cannot do this anymore. I'm not moving forward. It feels like I'm feeling very stuck. I'm feeling very like pulled out of my energy. This doesn't seem like anything's happening for me. I am done, right? This is the energy of just being flippin' done. Like it's a very intense energy, which I can relate to, you know what I mean? There's plenty of times where it just feels too hard. It feels like you can't continue to give to this, right? It's definitely not for the light of heart, right? This energy from the Ten of Swords is destructive almost, right? It's like an energy of, like I said, being brought down to your lowest so Spirit can bring you back up to your highest, right? There's lots of points during your journey that this energy is going to creep in, right? But you stayed faithful. You stayed true to your path. You stayed true to who you are on the inside, which is staying unconditionally loving, giving this energy of like, okay, I'm going to hold space for this, even though I'm not going to like focus on it or give my energy to it every single day. I'm still going to allow my heart to be open to love in whatever way it comes in, right? I feel like that's the energy of this row here, where, you stayed very high vibrational. You stayed unconditionally loving. No matter how many times during your, or on your path that you felt like you could not do it anymore, you didn't close off your heart. You didn't give up, right? There might have been an energy of release. You might have been like totally done at multiple times during your, on your path, right? But you didn't close off your heart. And that's the main thing here, is that you didn't close off the opportunity for love to come in, right? Even if it wasn't, I feel like there's an energy of like, even if it's not going to be the person that I thought it was, I know Spirit's going to align me with somebody that will be right for me, right? So, like I said, you didn't close off your heart no matter what was going on your journey or with your counterpart. You stayed open to love coming in. And I feel like that's what's happening now, is that it's like trials and tribulations, right? You conquered all of these things that happened to you. You stayed forward moving. You didn't like allow it to, I heard, switch sides. Yeah, like an energy of, giving up on love, right? So you're a very unconditionally loving person. You're a very beautiful heart space. And the things that happen on our path can make us feel like we want to give up on love, right? But you didn't do that. You stayed unconditionally loving. You stayed open in your heart, right? You believed in the process. You believed that it will happen because you trust in Spirit's guidance, right? So I feel like because of all the things that you've been through, because of the beautiful job that you did going through those things, Spirit's bringing it in for you. And I feel like this is the main energy here, this magician energy. It's like your manifestations are coming to fruition because of the strength and resilience that you had on your path, throughout your journey. Spirit is bringing in your blessings. So let's get some oracles. The falling moon release blocks. Oh, goodness. The moon's wisdom, take the lead. Domicile moon abundance. Yeah, this is the journey, right? So you're going to have to do all the healing, right? Or you're going to have to stay committed to healing. You're going to have to release things that are not for your highest good. You're going to have to take the lead in your own story, in your own path, right? You're going to follow Spirit, but you have the reins. You know what I mean? You're co-creating this existence with Spirit, but you are the one taking the steps, right? This is the energy of that here, taking or releasing the blocks, getting rid of the negative attributes in your life, or the toxic habit. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Toxic habits that might be around you, or people, with toxic tendencies, all of that. You have to release it. You have to trust that that's for your highest good, no matter how hard it might be to release certain people. You have to take the lead in that area, and you have to take the lead every single day to continue to follow down your path and trust in Spirit. That's on you, right? You can give up anytime you want. Everybody has free will, or you can choose to believe and keep moving forward. And I feel like that's what you did. And because you did that, now is your time of abundance. Spirit is aligning all of these things, right? Like all of this is coming into alignment, right? You stayed steadfast in your love. You stayed steadfast in your courage to believe, right? It's a hard thing to believe in something that you can't see proof of right away, right? But you did, and I feel like that's why Spirit is just like so. My heart is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like this really powerful sense of. It feels like a giant hug is the best way I can describe it. And I feel like that's the energy that Spirit wants to send to you, is this giant hug, because you did not close off your heart. You left your heart open for the possibility of love, and now it's coming in for you because you deserve it. So I hope that brought you some clarity. I hope that resonated for you. Please like, subscribe, or comment below. I would love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.